Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. A beautiful fake. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Here we go. 60 yards. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Chopper. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On first down, Gardner. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Keep on coming, baby.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Man. Under 10. 10.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lewis here on first down. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check. 5-9.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. They find some open field here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
I got you, boy.
On first down, Lewis. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw with Breeze. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, Eddie. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check. Easy.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They go play fake. Mahomes. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Eagles.
Yellow. There's a lot, Eddie. 59. Mike to 59. Come on, boy.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Mahomes now on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Walk off. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 43. Hey, check Mike.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Wide, get wide.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Ready. 10, touchdown. 53. Here we go. Set, go.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Theo Riddick, the 40. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Theo Riddick, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
Fire down these two. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Now here's Mahomes. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Go! Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but Still 3rd and 12 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago. There to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tight end's left. Tight end's left. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
This is Lewis on the handoff. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Set, hut. 15 on it. 15 on it. 50, watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 3rd and 2, Gardner. Oh, nice move. And able to find Green. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the set. Mike 51. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball. H3. Come. Watch it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lewis, and he's going to get this inside the 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Shift. Get it roll. West. Zoom.
Throwing on 1st down. Gardner. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Gardner. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
On first down, Blunt trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
It's been a long day for you.
Second and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Deuce.
From the gun, Gardner. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run with Hunt on second down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
We play to win. Let's go.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here we go. 60 yards. Mike. Watch the run. Check.
To throw on second down, Gardner. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
In your face.
Reddick with a carry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Check, 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 check. Mike's 50.
Operating from the gun, Gardner. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Gardner. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. I don't even know why.
2nd and 5. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Yellow, yellow. Let's go, Lou, Eddie. Hey, Ripley. Hey, 43, 15.
52, right 52. Echo. I'm going to run you over. Hey, right 52. Right 52.
Okay.
On 1st down, Mahomes. This short throw caught by Goddard. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Mahomes now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set. 53, Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone. Hook, 64. Weak. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half two.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, let's go. Come,
Back to throw. Gardner. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. 4 down.
Now a toss play to Lewis. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Let's go.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go. Take the Pittsburgh. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
So don't say nothing.
Double up.
They'll stay with Lewis here on first down. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second and 6. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Check the out.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Attack!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides with that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
52's the mic. Let's go, D.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. 36, 36. 80 weapons.
Operating from the gun. Gardner. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. On third down, Gardner. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 22, jet, cover. 22,
Now Blunt. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Gardner to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
The Falcons on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
Check 37, check 37. Will. 53 seconds.
On third down, it's Lewis. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Myers able to knock it through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Yellow. All right, 80.
Let's go, D.
15.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. 59's Mike. 59's Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Wesley Woodyard, he does a little bit of everything, and this time he gets the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
57.
57. Mike, 57. It's our time.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, rip lift.
57's a Mike. 57's a Mike.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Mike's 57.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Mahomes. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Patrick Mahomes, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Hunt going to run for it. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
On 1st and 10, Gardner. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Yellow.
Hey, keep it up.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Here's Mahomes to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Here we go.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Mike 50. Attack. 52. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
And again, it's Mahomes. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Hey, 15.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works, and they get the 2 instead of 1. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Set, ready, and read. 51. Not today, you are. Not today.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Lost man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Yellow. I'm the blue lady.
Hold this.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Calais Campbell, his second sack of the night. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, high throw, but the catch is made. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On first down, Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Falcons, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Eagles...